So we're having problems with our heater turning on and then shutting off after a minute. This is the SF35 Suburban furnace heater for an RV. We noticed the control board was completely clogged. I checked the sail switch, cleaned that, blew out the fan. Now we're gonna put it back together. Unfortunately, ours doesn't have an access panel on the outside, which would make this a lot easier than trying to disassemble the whole thing. So on the gas fitting, we used a 3/8 plug. You can get this at Home Depot for, I think we paid $3 for it. I still got to vacuum out the inside. So we're about to put it back together and see what happens. If that doesn't work, we'll replace the sail switch. If that doesn't work, then we'll end up buying a new one. I found one online for about $500 or $600. So wires, I'll show you how to put those back together. These go to the red, and then I believe these two were for thermostat, but oh no, these were for the thermostat. This was for the power, but I did take pictures prior to disassembling it. It does have an on and off switch right here, but as you can see, it's pretty clean now. Pretty intimidating until you take it apart and you realize that it's really easy to disassemble. All right, so once you get it wired back in, which take pictures of when you're wiring it in. I've got it back into the cover. Now we're gonna slide it in the hole, hook up the exhaust on the outside. That'll take 2 people. So I vacuumed out the inside. Now remember, when you want to drain your gas, I'm actually going to turn the propane off on the outside, and then I'm going to turn on the gas stove until the burners burn out, and that should get rid of all the gas from coming inside the propane. We're only about 10 minutes to find out if cleaning it actually worked. If not, we'll buy the sail switch. Unfortunately, if that doesn't work, we're going to be purchasing a new one. This is the model number, SF35FQ. When you're looking it up, you can look up that model number. On some of the RV units, though, they have an access panel on the outside, which I recommend, because everything that I've done by pulling this out, I could have actually done from the outside, unless I was going to replace the unit.
Joe's on the outside. I'm gonna hold this in place. Okay. Putting down the pressure. Make sure we don't move. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands, so BRB. I don't know how it moved, but Joe put it back, and it looks like it does need to stay there. Even though there's screw holes right there, it's got to go back there, right over the vent. Okay. All right. 2 hands, so I'll be right back again. Ugh. It actually gets pretty dusty down in here, too. You know what gets dusty is the vents. I clean them out best I can, but with the dogs, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get the between the vents cleared out as well. Cause like, I replaced our vents with these ones from Lowe's. I can't remember, but they were around $20 to $23 a piece. I like them much better. They just kind of drop in. They're like a drop-in vent, but it makes it easy to lift and then like just clean out the dog fur. But between this vent and then like say this whole section here to this vent, I feel like the dog hair could get under in here. So I gotta figure out how to get that out. But I think if I just use a shop vac and feed the hose in there, that might work as well. But anyway, back to the heater. He already had it screwed in, so he didn't need me to be holding it. So far it's blowing really hot air.
So we got it all clean, we got it wired back in. I put the cover on the front for the intake and the outtake of the air. We cleaned the circuit board. Once you put this cover back on, it'll blow it through the vents, which is down here. But we want to make sure it won't shut off, and we're at 1 minute 18 seconds. I'm really thinking it was the circuit board that was covered in dust, and the sail switch was covered in dust. The igniter worked, it's blowing heat.
It's really warm actually.
It's weird, usually it's
So
pretty
just
good
to
out
test
there.
it,
So, hey,
that's why we don't have this cover on yet. We're just making sure it blows out of here. And then once he puts that cover on, it'll blow out of the vent.